When the sun goes down, the stars come out. From deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night. Coming to you from the Cowboys facility at the Star in Frisco. With your hosts, Kelsey Charles and David Hellman.
Hey there, and welcome to a 3-game winning streak episode of The Star at Night. Kelsey Charles, I gotta tell you, it's way more exciting to do this show when the Cowboys are winning 3 straight games. But before we do that, do we want to talk about the fact that we're both wearing sweaters that we got for Christmas on the show, or are we just gonna move right past that?
Isn't that great? Shouts out to my dad for literally purchasing this sweater right from the link that I sent him, and me getting a notification like maybe 30 minutes later. But listen, do what you gotta do, Dad. I am very thrilled with this purchase.
We stan a woman who lets it be known what she wants, and all we have to do is follow directions. That is what we like. So good for you, Kelsey. All right, nobody actually cares about what we're wearing, but we hope you all had a great Christmas. Kelsey, the Cowboys are winning games 3 in a row. As a matter of fact, they smack down the Eagles. They force more takeaways. The wide receiver core goes absolutely nuclear. What was the most fun part about it for you?
I mean, if that's not the greatest gift that we got this year, I don't know what is. That is assuming, though, that you were in favor of actually beating the Eagles outright. I mean, all across the board, this Cowboys team had a really solid performance. I don't even want to go there and say, what if this team would have been able to put together that type of game throughout this entire season? But from the defensive line, let's talk Randy Gregory. I mean, we had takeaways, like you said. We almost had 300-yard receivers. Zeke had himself another 100-yard game. It was just across the board a solid performance, and especially against a division rival. I mean, that's fun to watch, you guys.
I'm kind of offended that you're making me think about what ifs right now. Like, it's all there to play for in week 17. We'll get to that. The Cowboys beat a divisional rival. But yeah, there's no way around it. I mean, you see what this team is capable of with what they have right now. It certainly makes you wonder about what that might look like with Dak Prescott. But I will say, at least they are showing us glimpses of that explosive ability. Me personally, as somebody who wept tears of joy when CeeDee Lamb joined this team, it was so much fun to get a reminder of what this receiver core can do. It'd be more fun with Dak, but that's okay. That's not Andy Dalton's fault. Why are you, like, I can hear you laughing at me. Why are you laughing at me? It's nice to see smiles
all of this
on
is
the
great.
Star at Night.
All of this is great, but like, I just have to call out some of the favorite moments from the game that there was a theme, Dave, and we can talk all we want about.
Are you going to do this right now? Are you going to do this right now? All right, go ahead.
Let me go. Let me just
you.
Go ahead and give you guys the lowdown. I'm really happy for everyone on this team. Amari Cooper with his 69-yard long reception. Jalen Hurts rushed for 69 yards. The Cowboys are now 6-9, and the referee, even himself, well, he just went ahead and said that we're going to do 69. So it was not only a great victory, but it was a wildly childish game for those of you that also have your mind in the gutter. And I am here for any and all comedic relief this season.
Why is that funny? I don't understand. Explain the significance of 69.
Dave. I don't either. I have no idea. But you know what?
I'm curious. Can you explain
you know
it
what?
to me like
I'm actually sad for you that you don't get it, and that speaks volumes about where you are in your life right now. Anyways.
I feel savagely attacked right now. Okay.
Straight for the jugular.
I get the joke, just for the record, for anybody that might be watching at home. How dare you?
All right, so David Hellman, everyone, very single, but while we're breaking down this
I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back after the break. I will not. I'm not coming back on.
We're going to go on a break because Dave needs a breather. And guys, we're also going to discuss.
Or maybe a bottle.
Maybe a little bit more of Dave's love life, but also the prospect of the Dallas Cowboys going ahead and winning more games and what that might mean for their place in this division. So stay with us.
Hi guys, Mickey Spagnola here, and if you want the best analysis on the Dallas Cowboys during the season, join us every day during the week on Mick Shots. We come on at 1:30 on DallasCowboys.com and all the other Dallas Cowboy platforms. I'm on there every day along with Bill Jones and former Cowboys cornerback Everson Walls, who gives us a unique perspective on the team, having played this game and having led this team in interceptions for several years. So don't forget, it's Mick Shots daily, 1:30 on DallasCowboys.com.
Welcome back to the show. Now that I have sufficiently recovered from my embarrassment, we have more important things to talk about than Kelsey's perversions, which namely, Kels, by the way, I would just like to take this opportunity to point out, hey, all you people that have been hating on me for talking about the Cowboys playoff odds for the last 6 weeks, this is why, even as bad as the team has looked at times, they were never mathematically eliminated, and somehow, some way, they have a chance to win the NFC East on Sunday. Kelsey, can you believe it?
I can, because it's the Dallas
Liar.
Cowboys.
Liar.
And that's literally the only reason. And as if you thought there was no chance or that something could never happen, in true Cowboys fashion, they just pull a rabbit out of thin air and they're like, hey, psych. So here we are waiting to see what Washington is going to do this weekend when they face Philly. And Dave, not only do we have to look at the outcome of that game, there are many storylines to keep things interesting in true 2020 fashion, might I say, with the release of Dwayne Haskins today after his many debacles and just completely terrible performance yesterday. We don't even know who's going to be the starting quarterback of the team come Sunday. Alex Smith, we all know what he went through medically a few years ago. While he's out, and that would typically be a pretty standard injury that could get him back in time for the game, literally this man had a part of his leg removed. So rehabbing is going to be a little bit of a different scenario for him. So it's you can't say you're not going to be entertained at the very least this year. How's that?
Let's be very clear. The Cowboys deserve a lot of credit for winning 3 games. We also have to point out the 2020 NFC East is about to become the 3rd division in the modern era that will have a champion below 500. The 2012 NFC West, famously the Marshawn Lynch Beastquake Seahawks, as well as the 2014 NFC South. The Panthers won that division at 7-8-1. Whoever comes out of this thing, it'll either be Washington, Dallas, or New York. They will have a losing record. If you're not familiar, the Cowboys need to win against New York on Sunday. Then they can sit back in their recliners and watch as Washington plays Philly. If Washington loses, Dallas wins the division at 7-9. It's just been that type of year. I wish I could say I saw this coming, honestly, because even though I was the guy that was reporting on it all this time, you can't tell me after that Baltimore game you thought this was likely. And if the Cowboys coaches and players want to say that they saw it coming, good on you. Tell me what the lottery numbers are, because that's what we're dealing with here. It's the type of year that it's been. But hey, who's upset about this? Like, this is my 8th NFL season. I've covered some years where they were playing for their playoff hopes in Week 17. I've covered some years where they're sitting starters because the playoffs are already clinched. And I've covered some years where it was so hopeless that it didn't matter. Obviously, we'd prefer them to be sitting starters for a playoff run. But in lieu of that, hey, you got everything to play for Week 17. What else could you want?
I mean, I guess if you are a team, we need the highest draft pick possible. You're probably not super thrilled with this turn of events.
That ship, it's gone. You ruined it. You ruined our chance. Like, the top 10 pick is gone. Even if they lose on Sunday, it's gone. Like, they're going to pick like 11th or 12th at best, which that's fine. You know why? Because we're fans of football for the games first and foremost, so we might as well be entertained by the games. But yeah, bye top 10 pick. That ship sailed a long time ago, and it just is what it is. It's okay.
It is what it is, and I guess, like I said earlier, if I can find any solace in that, which for the record, I am not Team Tank, would have loved a high draft pick. Can I just have my cake and eat it too?
You talk about it a lot for somebody that's not Team Tank. You bring it up.
Yeah, because I'm around
lot.
You. Don't even act. Don't.
You want to have your cake and eat it too. That's a great way to put
you're
it.
sad
You want to
that
win
I burned
games
you
and still
so
have a high
bad in the
draft
first
pick.
segment.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get talked over, I will win that game every time.
The hypocrisy
was
just
saying.
emanates from you like a stench. That's all I'm saying.
Coming from the guy who rarely showers. As I was saying, if you are interested in a high draft pick, just sit down. You're going to get slain today, my friend. Buckle up, baby. Anyways, as I was saying, if there's any solace to find in maybe not having a top 10 draft pick, I guess you could maybe find some in the performance yesterday, and hopefully knowing that if this team can take that talent and pull together types of games like that, adding back in the pieces they were missing, along with some of the new talent they can bring in the door, yeah, I think you can feel pretty good about what you could put together next season. But you know what, Dave? There's some guys who are going to be having to putting together, that wasn't a sentence at all, contracts. We're going to talk about some interesting clauses and how those were formed. Our producer, Caden, has some tricks up his sleeve. I'm not looking forward to it, so stay with us.
Hey there, everybody. Kyle Yeomans here with DallasCowboys.com, and I encourage all of you Cowboys fans out there to check out Talking Cowboys. The podcast is every week live on the website and on all social platforms at 9:30 every weekday morning. We've got myself alongside Isaiah Stanback, who's actually won one of those during his playing career as a former Dallas Cowboy. He won it with the Giants, but we'll forgive him for that. We've also got Heckma Harrison along with Dallas Cowboys insider Rob Phillips. It's a ton of fun every weekday morning at 9:30. Check it out on DallasCowboys.com.
All right, Dave. So while Santa Claus has left the facility, contract clauses are in the building. It was so lame, but I need you to give me credit for it.
No, that was inspired. Are you kidding? Way to go.
You're welcome. I'm just very inspired. That's a great way of describing my mood. So a lot of people, like we mentioned, some people were sitting on Team Tank. Well, let me go ahead and tell you what side Andy Dalton was not on. And yeah, that was definitely not Team Tank, because the man has some incentives built into his contract in order to make it to the playoffs. Let me remind you of a few of these deal points for you, Dave, before we jump into this nice little game producer Caden has set up for you. All right, so if the Ginger Ninja makes it to the playoffs, he gets a milli, a cool milli, just for getting to the postseason. Every game thereafter in the postseason up to the NFC Championship game, half a milli, $500K in his pocket. And then if he wins that NFC Championship game or makes it to it, one of the two, either way, it's $750K. It's an NFC Championship. And then we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Stephen Jones kept the pin going. Super Bowl victory. Not only does he get a nice little ring, maybe even, the car for the MVP status, all the above, an awesome Super Bowl halftime performance, he gets $1.25 million as the nice little diamond encrusted cherry on top.
All right, we're jumping like 6 weeks into the future here, but like if they do all of that, what do we get? Do we get anything?
I think we can negotiate.
Oh, your silence is deafening. Okay, which hey, good for you, Andy Dalton. Which the irony here is that when the Cowboys drew that contract up, they never thought Andy would play 50% of the snaps this season, much less guide the Cowboys to the playoffs. And yet here we are. So on behalf of Andy's pocketbook, I'm hoping for a playoff appearance just because that is a fat stack to turn down. So I'm rooting for you, Andy.
I would love that journey for him. All right, so let's talk about some other contracts that have some similar/interesting wording, because it turns out the Jones family in this Cowboys front office, they like to get creative in their language when they are inking some deals. Producer
Sure
Caden
do.
went and pulled up a few of them. So it's our turn to guess who these respective clauses belong to. And I'm not talking about the North Pole. Are you ready?
I am ready. I'm ready for more of these puns, but yeah, I'm ready to play. Let's go.
First one. This contract had weight goals. The player had 7 scheduled weigh-ins, and he would receive $55,000 every time he was under 246 pounds.
Wow,
Who was
this feels like a lifetime ago, but it's Eddie Lacy because
I
of
was
his
going to say,
affinity.
I actually knew that.
My man had quite an affinity for Chinese food. And yes, I know that's right, producer Caden.
Was it actually, are you just saying Chinese food, or did he really love it?
Go Google Eddie Lacy and Chinese food and tell me what you come back with.
Why did I not know this?
I don't know.
Oh, that's upsetting.
I don't blame him, though. Love me some General Tso's.
I mean, same here. Like, listen, chicken lo mein till I die. All right, so coming up next, we got another one coming for you. You are 1 for 1, my friend. No reining on this contract. A stipulation on this contract did not allow the players to attend strip clubs, Dwayne Haskins. He could go to nightclubs, but only if they were approved by the team. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, Caden, it feels like a missed opportunity that you didn't put Pac-Man Jones on the list of possible answers.
I was going to say.
Whatever that's worth. I feel like I would know about that if it was in Dez's contract.
Wait.
I don't think that's, we're talking a little Johnny football here.
That's a Johnny football clause.
A little bit of OBO XO. No way.
It was Dez Bryant. I'm shook.
I mean, I knew that we had the Dez rules, but I did not know about that one.
Wow.
Well,
that's
it worked
straight
out, I
no
guess.
fun league status. That's
We
upsetting.
never had any bad stories about Dez at strip clubs as far as I'm aware. So I guess it was a good idea. Way to go, Cowboys.
There you go. That's really great. All right, let's go to the next one. Worst rookie contract ever? This player's agent, rapper Master P, well, that's where you messed up, convinced him
stand up, baby,
to give up almost all his guarantees, and instead his salary was based upon on-the-field incentives. Outside of his $8.8 million signing bonus, he had only a $2.3 million base salary for the next 7 years. This sounds like some big, I don't know. Do I want to say Ricky Williams energy?
Ricky Williams was drafted by the Saints, so I mean that seems like as good a guess as any. This is we're dating ourselves here, but yeah, I remember
Between Ricky Williams and Vince Young, like there was some misguidedness happening in dealing with their money, their contracts. Like I just feel for those two.
Ricky Williams was a great Saint, though. Shout out to my childhood. Let's go. I don't care. That's okay. That's awesome.
This is actually a great opportunity. So when I lived in Austin, I worked in a men's clothing store, and I've told you this story, but I haven't told everyone on this show story. I got a call one day, and this person was looking for shoes. And as it turns out, long story short, Ricky Williams walks in my store. He had forgotten shoes because he was getting inducted into the Texas Football Hall of Fame or whatever. I didn't recognize him, and I was so oblivious at the time. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm checking him out. And I'm like, okay, sir, can I get your name and your number and your address? And he was like, I'm staying at the Four Seasons. And I was like, but what's your phone number? And he was like, no.
It's one thing. Listen, with all due respect to our former guest, Randy Rogers, it's one thing to not recognize Randy Rogers or not know who he is.
So
Ricky
bad.
Williams in Austin, Texas?
I know!
Where he won a Heisman Trophy. Just see yourself out. See yourself off of the show.
We all have our downfalls, and mine are plenty. All right, our last one we've got for you, Dave. The sky is falling. This contract was not allowed by the NFL, but the actual language of this player's contract stated that the quarterback would get paid the money owed in any condition up to and including the end of the world. Great. Stabler.
All right. I don't know who Rick Meyer is. I'm going to go with Stabler, too, because...
Yeah.
Well, although... Wait, Caden, don't tell me. Steve Young... I'm going to go with Steve Young, just so we cover our bases.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't...
Rick Meyer.
I don't know who that is.
Number
I'm
2
sorry.
pick by Seattle. Hey, listen.
I
You
guess
know what?
I
Make
guess
fun of me some more, Dave, because apparently you don't know anything either.
you
All right.
just-
So
you just
on that
compare
note,
him to Ricky Williams? Okay, I'll just...
no,
oh,
I
go ahead.
did not.
It's fine.
Anyways,
It's fine. Go
ding,
ahead.
ding, ding. I win this round of everything today. You might need to go ahead and take a breather, take a lap. It's been a rough outing for you. I understand,
I feel
Dave.
fine.
So
I'm not even mad. I feel great.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
I
Guys,
find this funny.
thank y'all so much for hanging out with us
Start
today.
off the show. Get us out of here.
I hope you enjoy your victory Monday more than David Hellman is in this moment in time. But for David Hellman, our one and only producer, Caden, I'm Kelsey Charles. This is another episode of Star at Night. See you guys next time.